For the purpose of these scrunchies, you'll be needing your elastic band and of course your needle and thread, a crayon or a chalk to make patterns, then your safety pin, a pair of scissors, and your measuring tape. Of course, the material you'll be using, in this case we are using an Ankara fabric. The width measurement we need here is 5 inches and the length is 20 inches. You measure out 20 inches long and 5 inches wide, and this is what you get. You can see. So the measurement of what you sew in is half an inch. That is where your crayon or your chalk comes in. You mark it and you sew in. You mark. For beginners or starters, you can make a long straight line, but for OGs you can just sew straight with your needle and your thread. If you'd be using a machine, you don't need to make a long straight line, and if you are very good in sewing, there's no need for a long straight line. But for beginners or for starters, you need to make a straight line so that your work will be perfect and you'll be able to sew right in. And you are sewing into the wrong side of the pattern. You are sewing in. You can see from the video, I've made my sewing. Then you turn it out from the wrong side to the right side of the pattern of the clothes. After turning it, you would then bring the both edges, the opening of the both ends, you bring it together and you sew them in. You don't want your scrunchies to be opening. You don't want loose ends. Then you sew in with, then you leave a tiny space. After sewing in, you leave a tiny space where your safety pin can hook in the elastic band. I've sewn in that part, you can see. Then the small opening is where I'm showing you where the safety pin will enter, and then you would affix the safety pin to the elastic band. This is to trace the elastic band into the scrunchies. So here you would then decide the size of the scrunchies you want. If you are making an armband, a hairband, if you are making it big, you decide upon. In this case, I'm making a small hairband. Then you cut when you get your, you cut the elastic band when you get your desirable pattern. Then you sew in and you have your scrunchies.